Great look for Ashley. Just missed a little left. Garantes with the rebound. Back to the top to Diamond Johnson, who's on a run to the rim. Leaves it inside for two for Cornwell.
Cornwell backs it in. Puts it up and in. Chyna Cornwell.
I was going to say, that's a typical Arella Garantes day. You know, you wonder, oh, coming over for the block with authority, Cornwell. And her teammates love that.
You are not. Chyna Cornwell, oh, denied and deleted. And her teammates.
Make no mistake, Penn State is on the right trajectory. Getting that win at Ohio State, against Ohio State rather, last week.
As Mason attacks, slip it down for Cornwell, gathers and lays it in. And nicely done there by Chyna Cornwell, her first points of the season.
Offensive end instead of dribbling.
Inside for Cornwell, with the shot clock late, slips her defender for the lay-in.
What a move right there for Cornwell. I mean,
quiet day for the freshman. The other way, cutting in the basket, Maddox couldn't hit it. Cornwell puts it back up and one.
About 3/4 of the ball was outside the rim, and it just decided to fall back in. 44-23 at the other end. Running shot is no good by Morris, but a rebound basket and a foul as Cornwell got the bucket, trailing by 18 with 3:50 to play in the third. Here's Victoria Morris, guarded by Brook Moore. Morris drives again. Morris with a short floater. That's no good. Rebound tipped off. It's loose on the floor. They've got it. They lay it up, in, and score and drawn the foul.
Problem with Lassiter is she has to be careful she doesn't pick up a couple of quick fouls here. Tyus Singleton already on the bench, one of the starting five with 2.
Fight for this loose ball, and emerging with it, Shug Dixon on the floor for the first time. 37-point game a couple of weeks ago against Ohio, Scalia. Layup there off the mark. Second try good for Chyna Cornwell as Rutgers is able to make good on a miss here.
And now she'll set it back up. Daly swiping at that ball. Cornwell in the post. Gets it over Walsh. Nice look for Chyna Cornwell. Dixon with a head of steam. Slashes in. Can't finish. Another board. And Cornwell gets the and one.
A good two-player game there, but Marisa airball on the three, and the putback's not in time. Well, they play on. It should have been a shot clock violation, and now the officials will stop play.
Cornwell set a great screen, had her defender sealed.
Here comes Kapanis, stripped from behind. The sophomore Cornwell got back in time.
The lowest scoring teams in the nation as that gets into Singleton, and she's not able to finish. One more try, she's got it, and the foul. Absolutely. To be quite honest. Absolutely. Down low into Cornwell. Immediately comes in and has an and one.
Team in red this afternoon. Look right here. Nice pivot, Cornwell,
to get themselves into that top 4 seed. And you're right, Mike, about Miami. Katie Myers done an outstanding job of positioning Miami, who look to be down and out, to be on a bubble right now.
Streeter, 2 seasons, 3 years at Hartford. Before that, 2 seasons at Rhode Island. Native of New Hampshire. I missed them both, but Cornwell puts it back in, and she'll get a chance for the 3-point play.
You see her fired up there. See her here just following the ball, going straight up, and yes, that's a foul on Swint there. So she's fired up. You see Sadibe hyping her teammates up. Being able to step out and knock down that 3 is just huge.
Double-double for Brandy Thomas with 10 points and 10 boards as Chyna Cornwell spins Rutgers back to a tie. Satterfield, one of 6 transfers new to Seton Hall. A very experienced team as Carter had the blow-by, and Chyna Cornwell is there to put it back in. 5 to shoot here. Cornwell turns into 2.
That was nice.
Feeding to the perimeter. Around the arc, Wintgo with under 10. And a dunk inside for Maria Fuchs. Inside it goes for Chyna Cornwell. Spins to her left hand and adds 2 more to the tally on points in the paint.
They just got to get a little more movement. And, you know, Coach Stafford Odom, a turnover there. Another turnover there, but Stafford Odom has talked about it, you know, the spacing in between the teams.
Carter to the block and lays in 2 more. Players chime in with scoring, and the defense locked down as the Scarlet Knights have the 10-point lead after 1. if she can get going, that could change the game for Cornell.
And you mentioned it, Dom, a really nice screen set by Davis to free up Mulroy.
Cornwell on the cleanup.
And being able to finish it off. You see, shot not exactly what Schmeichel wanted, but
as you mentioned, small historically black college outside of Philadelphia in the early 70s. See Vivian Stringer, of course, the first African-American coach to reach 1,000 wins for her career.
Down low, Sidibe working back around offensive board. Cornwell, the put back good.
She's always just been active on the boards. Also just interior, getting some points down low.
Pass tipped and another steal for Rutgers the other way. Layup good.
So we get underway here in Piscataway. Looking quickly for Chyna Cornwell, and immediately, Tim, the size advantage shows itself. Now they've been indispensable today because they're the top 2 scorers for the Pirates. As that goes in for Cornwell, it's an and one. A Tiger ball to start the second quarter, shooting just 27% so far, and again, uncharacteristically, they've had some turnovers. They're 6th.
Sidibe is going to push it in transition. A good look for Streeter, but she leaves it short. She is a knockdown three-point shooter, but Cornwell battles.
Because down low, you have to get ready to bump, and she does just that. Gets the ball back.
Better athlete.
Cornwell has run hard down the floor as well, and when you run as a guard, you have to reward your post players.
And an and one will do just that.
When you run hard to get down the basket, you get the position that you want early. And she's moving around, creating space, and ultimately getting open so her teammate can see her.
Here comes the Scarlet Knights. Antonia Bates into the corner to Schmeichel. Schmeichel drives right over to Cornwell. Cornwell right hand up and good, ending that 16-2 run. 18-6 Penn State leads. From the other way, nearly stolen away. Schmeichel now goes in, left hand up, can't finish. Cornwell rebound up and good for the Scarlet Knights.
Along the baseline, Briggs picks it up. And rejected emphatically by Cornwell.
Has such a tremendous upside, great rotation, and just getting that shot.
And she said when you look at Rutgers, when they play well, they rebound the ball well, and they are out-rebounding Nebraska right now by 3.
Cornwell gets it inside and just barely beats the buzzer.
In the paint, watch, she's going to be right outside of that restricted area on the pick and roll action. Look at all the bodies around her. She came back.
Streeter hops into that 3, misfires. Rutgers without a 3 in this contest, but they are working the offensive glass.
This is Awa Sidibe. Going to give it inside to Cassandra Brown. A pass into Cornwell, and she lays it in. Good defense by Myers, trying to force that turnover. Rutgers does a good job to get that over half court. Pass inside, looking for Cornwell again. And the only forward listed on this roster.
And establishing herself as a legal defender prior to the gather of the shot. Excellent work.
Can't feel you taking it to the basket, but Cornwell might have gotten a piece of it and then pulled down the board. And you were pointing, hey, those open players.
Kick it. And that's a pet peeve of mine, right? When you have open players, you got to give it to them. Doesn't matter if you gave it to them the last 5 times if they're open passes.
Back to Streeter, trying to get it into Cornwell, who gets it in. Good defense there from Parks, but pass in to Cornwell, and a great bounce pass there under the Michigan State defense.
Williamson, the Pennsylvania native, has been providing it for the Nittany Lions. Sidibe off the crossover. She got blocked. But Cornwell on the putback, and she's headed to the line herself.
Per game, and you see Sidibe attacking the glass a little short here. Cornwell just following it off the rim, never giving up on the play. There was 3 Penn State people there reaching up for this ball, and the concentration from Cornwell.
Brown can hit those. Good ball movement here from Rutgers, and Cornwell has another and one.
Didn't settle for the jumper. The trap came over, and just the next pass over, Cornwell just gathering herself and scoring that bucket. She continues her tear.
South Carolina, leagues ahead of everybody, will stay at #1 for as long as I can guess. They're just insane.
Cornwell scores and she's fouled. Tough shot and finish there. Not necessarily been challenged. Now, the end of their schedule, I mean, it's not a walk.
Cornwell forcing her way inside. Woo! Lay it in. Chyna Cornwell, what a move. It was even. We go to the second quarter scoreless thanks to this nifty move from Chyna Cornwell. And it looks like Smeichels okay. Moving well as Rutgers forces the turnover. And Smeichel gets the feed here, gets a second try. Third chance for Cornwell, it's an and one.
This year, Don, but when she has been able to get the ball in position, she does a really nice job at finishing at the rim. The problem has been sometimes Rutgers has not been able to get the ball to her in the right spot underneath the basket.
Bank shots. Good for Chyna Cornwell. Iowa scored 37 points in that third quarter, the second highest for any quarter in school history. Right up there has been that kind of offensive afternoon as Chyna Cornwell.
Kai Carter just checked in for Rutgers, as that's off the back of the rim from Carter. Cornwell on the second effort, though, lays it in. Here's Brown stepping out. Now Cornwell, double teamed, gets through it and lays it in, and maybe that's a formula for success tonight.
Definitely trying to battle down low. Skip pass here. See Chyna Cornwell, I mean, look, batted the ball, still held it, can't take it out of her hands.
The last 4 buckets from Rutgers came from Kayleen Smeichel. Trying to get other players going. That was Erica Lafayette who missed. Chyna Cornwell got it back. Had a couple of chances. Has another try and lays it in.
And that's how it is, shooting at home. Nice mid-range shot here, and now a steal. Great defense from Rutgers.
Sidibe attacking and scoring.
To win it all in one possession when I said before, plenty of time left. We started this swing with 3 minutes and Sidibe continuing to play.
Walsh, they need it, but it's wide right. And Sidibe had it. Woods got it now. Lau in, and Cornwell blocked it away.
It's been all Wisconsin. From the first quarter on. Dumping it down inside, it's Cornwell. Count it.
Sidibe comes down, Cornwell's wide open down low because Williams was forced to come up and commit to Sidibe.
First, Hartley was in the rotation, really didn't get off the bench as of late. A key piece of this Michigan team, takes charges defensively and not afraid to be aggressive. And she'll get it.
Double team comes on Cornwell. Cornwell spins around. Off the block. Gets it to go for Rutgers.
For the NCAA tournament this year. Here's Kai Carter. Walled up. Cornwell had good positioning, though, and that's an and one.
Being able to slip that pass in there, 2 people on her. She was calling for it, but slipped right behind the defender. Seemed that she was a lot more open than you would think, but threading the needle there, getting that pass in there. Terrific find, just wide open under the basket. A little breakdown on defense there.
Ooh, Rutgers finds the open look. That's Awa Sidibe. Improving their stature. First, nifty.
Yeah.
Wood spinning, swatted away by Cornwell.
Off the spin, but Cornwell timed that perfectly. Spinning off a Streeter, great move, but better defense, timing that perfectly and swatting that.
Cornwell, what a move.
Nice job by Cornwell. She stayed low that whole entire. Watch how low she gets in this stance. So as a result, Walsh comes up out of stance, off balance.
Shooting 42% this season. It has dipped Christie in Big Ten play to 37%. Still quite solid as Cornwell goes underneath. Gotten every shot she wanted and drained them today. 7 of 10 from the floor.
She's scoring 18 points a game, just under 19, and she's just been phenomenal. Defense, that's what you want. Connect and keep yourself locked.
Kayleen Smeichel exploding to the rim, missed the layup, but Chyna Cornwell, as always, there to clean it up.
We said Coach Washington likes to get out and run. Misses it, but Cornwell right down low, and yes, a foul on 2 people there. So many more players that can give you a break. You're playing these fast-paced games. You want to keep the rotation going and everyone being able to contribute.
Cornwell ahead and one.
And again, just a pass ahead, the trap back there on 3 defenders down there trying to stop Cornwell. It won't be enough because she scores the and one. Power dribble there, absorbs the contact.
In year 2, they had 5 and got a win in the WNIT, so a lot to build on and something that I'm sure Rutgers is also hoping to emulate. Chyna Cornwell working the glass.
Chyna Cornwell is going to fight for every single board down low. Just simply goes after it, stays strong.
And now numbers for the Scarlet Knights. Thompson wants another crack at it. And Cornwell and one.
A little bit of contact there on that play. Nonetheless, they get out, run in transition.
Lisa Thompson, who just knocked in the 3, somebody that Coquise Washington said is a major athlete. Even the bigs get out and run, like Chyna Cornwell on the pick 2. 5 different players with at least 8 points. Cornwell is one of them. Now Ward pushing off on Adams, and now Cornwell has it. Coquise Washington says she's as athletic as anybody. But now Fairfield playing off the Rutgers turnover. Chyna Cornwell said, give me that basketball. We're on their way back into this game, it seemed like, earlier in the second half. Had gotten the difference down to 11 as Herder splashes in the 3.
You got to cut that off because that's when she's in her best offensively.
Nobody in Michael's zip code, but couldn't connect. And there's Cornwell cleaning up the offensive board.
And you see here, again, we talk about the height advantage there. It seemed that she didn't even have to jump too high.
Antonia Bates on the floor for the first time. As Cornwell spins right back to the 10.
Just really giving Rutgers a run for their money.
Herder can't hit, but Chyna Cornwell sure can clean it up.
Aggressively going after the rebound, just has such a knack for following the basketball.
For the newcomers to Rutgers, as Cassandra Brown gets the offensive board. But it's the all Big Ten returners getting the job done. Adams with 17 points. After a quiet first half, she's had 11 of them after halftime.
A bit too much on the passes. Just make the simple reads within the offense.
On the skip, there's Herder. She comes up short, but Cornwell crashes and scores.
Just battling, leaning on her defender, and just times it perfectly and goes back up. If you block her out, you got to put a body on her, push her way out.
As the shot clock gets to single digits. Overshot Brown, but there is Cornwell making something out of nothing.
Clean up a missed shot. She's in on the action. It's a nice second effort for her. Just grabbing it, realizing.
See if they can do that. Lisa Thompson back on the floor after 2 early fouls in the first half. There's Chyna Cornwell on the offensive glass, and once again, she is cleaning up the mess.
Snagging it away, just going up strong, taking the contact. I said Cornwell's been so consistent this season, and she just bangs the boards hard every single time.
Thompson, the long 2. Misfires there. Landing in the hands, though, of Cornwell, and that will turn into a potential 3-point play.
He is so tough and consistent. Off the miss, fantastic job diving on the floor. You have to make hustle plays because
Knights hit 2 threes that time. Holmes was right in her face. Cornwell, strong move, strong finish.
Tough drive for Schmeichel, well defended by Eck. On the back down the next opportunity, and one.
Into the second half because that is the 3rd foul on Liz Kitley.
Plenty of height. 4 players at 6'2" or taller who play significant minutes, and the Scarlet Knights have forced another turnover. Inside Cornwell, fresh off the bench.
5-point edge for Purdue. Rutgers trying to move quick in transition. Thompson driving all the way inside, and Cornwell with the putback as that first shot was too strong. A fresh 20 off the offensive board. Petticord from deep, and she knocks it down. The second deep shot from Rutgers today. They're 2 of 5.
Lafayette wanted the ball in the corner, couldn't find it. Cornwell, good move to the basket.
Cornwell staying with it as well.
Cornwell with some positions, some nice work down there when they've been able to find her.
If we set solid screens and force the issue with the dribble drive attack off those screens, and we have to match them after the press in the quarter court.
The NFL, NHL, men's college basketball, you can tell when teams genuinely like each other.
And one.
We'll take a look again, another diagonal cut from the opposite elbow. And KB delivering, and
they're certainly going to be on the floor. Coach Washington wants them on the floor, and Illinois is doing a great job getting them off with foul trouble.
Cornwell, good pass inside for Rutgers. Hit both their free throws on the other end as McKenzie tried for the layup, but was blocked by Cornwell.
All right, two teams looking for a refresh. Michigan has lost 3 of its last 4. Rutgers looking for its first Big Ten victory. And we have a jump ball on the initial entry to Cameron Williams.
Well, what sticks out? I think the camaraderie, the love that those kids had for each other, even to this day, they're still very, very close.
Swing it around. Herder wanted to take that first shot. Instead, she'll drive. Nice pass inside, and the easy deuce for Cornwell.
Credit to Coach Washington for recruiting and putting this team together.
Cornwell's inside. Wild shot, and it goes down for Brown, and one. What a play there.
We've seen that so far. Thompson in the mid-range. And there's Adams just snatching rebounds and diming up her teammates. A bunch of people have them on that 8-9 seed area. A chance to add to that in the coming weeks.
Whatever the Huskers need from Jazz Shelley, she can do it.
Bates could pass, down low bucket, and the foul for Chyna Cornwell.
Again, the double team on the on-ball screen. Potts is late.
And Rutgers will now push with Lafayette. Thompson finds Cornwell and one.
She's able to get boards on the offensive end. She's physical. She's not afraid of contact.
Coach Barnes-Arico said that the streaming is basically always on in their office because they also have Saisha Gori, who's playing for Hungary. They have an incoming freshman, Silas Swords, playing for Team Canada. Hedecord scoring back-to-back. Michigan with its most points in a Big Ten game this season is Chyna Cornwell.
Sandra Brown loses it, gets it back. Chyna Cornwell connects and will head to the line.
She still has that ability to have those monumental games where she is rebounding at a high level, but that's her bread and butter.
Here's Sanders. No points in the first half. What a defensive stand.
That was 6'3", asserting itself against 5'11".
As we're inside the final minute of the opening half. One where Wisconsin's led by as much as 16. Rutgers just trying to get this back to single digits.
Goes around a screen out of the right. Brene Alexander defending. Nice side to Chyna Cornwell, lays it in, and the first bucket of the game goes to Rutgers.
Into pass number 24, Becky Cummings. Here's a 3 from Lafayette. She is another sharpshooter on this Rutgers basketball team. Really gives a boost to this team.
She just takes off when it comes to a speed standpoint so fast.
Big block there.
Excitement, right? Because of what she did in the Big Ten and has said a ton about how she wants to build Rutgers back to the high level that it played at under Stringer, and even before that, Teresa Grentz gets her on the court, but she's got 4 points.
Well, she could chip in a few points here and there, keeping the ball high at 6'4". It's going to be tough to block.
Adams responds immediately.
Low shot clock situation again. Herder down to Cornwell. Rolls in. I thought Herder was going to shoot it. Sanders threads the needle down to Johnson. Met by the trees.
Chyna Cornwell picks it up.